D. Feels like 5 months ago. It's 5 years younger. True. Although we have known each other for 5 years now, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's actually, now that I think about it, probably has been 5 years. Doing the mental math in my head. So happy 5 years. College boys, true. I jumped off way too early. This is one thing that I do not miss about runs that require you to get dash, is that you have far less reaction time to react to Pokemon spawning on top of you. The tumbleweed was my fault entirely, but... Yes, got the 3-hop one. It's the little victories. I would have laughed at that, like, had spawned me on top of a Hoppip. Probably something that T-Pat's done. Juicy Mango with the raid. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. We are in the middle of a Scarlet and Violet speedrun. Hope you're doing well. What were you up to? Hello, Spruce. Alright, I did my Let's Go. Grabbing the candy. And there's a Swablu there, nice. Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke, very nice. Hope that you haven't lost too many party members today in that case. It's been a while since I've done a Nuzlocke. No, not Shroomish. Rest in peace. I love Breloom. Let me do this menu real quick. And where's that? Soul Link, there we go. Cool. That nose pass will get you for sure. But to those of you coming in, my name is Dynam. Mostly do Pokemon speedruns. We as a community have found out that the newest Switch update has helped out pretty substantially with performance overall. If you're familiar with this game at all, you know that it is overall, like, it's a good game, but the performance unfortunately is very lacking, which hampers speedrun attempts. But the Switch update 17.0.0 seems to have improved performance overall. So there's a bunch of us that are testing like any percent. I'm doing Path of Legends right now, which is the Titan storyline. It follows Arven's story. So we're just going around and beating up a bunch of Titans. That was actually a really good fall. Yeah, it is not the most amazing game. Casually, I think it's pretty good. I do enjoy what they did with the open world aspect of it. And I think it is a good game for beginners to get into. In terms of performance, could have used another year or two in the slow cooker, but we'll take what we can get. Yeah, I know. when it first came out, I didn't buy this on release, but I have seen like all of the meme montages of just like wild things happening in Scarlet and Violet. And then I decided I wanted to speedrun the game, so here I am. Shiny Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant's a good one. Nice. Alright, Grass Knot this. We have to one-shot both phases of Clop here due to Grass Knot and Florgato's ability Overgrow. Manipulated Florgato's HP to be less than a third for increased damage. Shiny Hunting Tarantula. That, I'll be honest, I don't know what a shiny Spidups looks like. I may have seen one, but it's only because I play Pokemon TCG. And I think that, like, the full art version of Spidops EX is shiny. Not sure. Yeah, you know what? Valid. I have just completed the main game on my casual file. And by just, I mean, that's the only thing that I've done. I kind of just like sped through the game to get used to it and then hopped right into speedrunning. Love watching speedruns, completely confused. That is, you know, that's fair. There's a lot that goes on. Or at least for Path of Legends, and Scarlet and Violet in particular. Nice gold. There's a lot of cutscenes. So you have, in this category, Victory Road, Starfall Street, and then any %. 6-second time save, let's go. Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes to be had. So like every cutscene after you beat the Titan, as you might already know, it takes a while. I think this is like a 2.5 minute cutscene or something like that. So there's lots of downtime, which is why I wanted to... Multiple reasons why I wanted to run this today. One, I was feeling kind of low energy, so I wanted a short category with a decent amount of downtime. Two, wanted to push this time a little bit lower, because I got this PB yesterday after we had started figuring out a couple things for like less lag and loading times because of the Switch update. So this PB has 2 extra encounters compared to my old PB, and was 31 seconds faster, if that tells you anything about how functional this game is or isn't. Yeah, so if that tells you anything... You know, if you want to start speedrunning stuff, like, there's a whole lot of resources, and you don't, like... It takes practice, like, first off, for sure. But, like, there's whole routes where you just have, like, all of the actions directly in front of you, and all you have to do is just follow through. I think I started speedrunning... I was actually talking about this a little bit earlier today. I think I started speedrunning in February, and my last run of this game was like 6 months ago. But back to my other point, like, I feel like speedrunning is like, there's a whole lot of resources to make this pretty accessible to everybody, regardless of skill level. As long as you want to go fast, there is a route for you. Alright. So for those of you who are familiar with Scarlet and Violet, beating Cloth gives you the ability to dash. So we're going to be moving very fast, which is generally good, except that I'm used to single-story speedruns that do not use dash. And the thing about this game is that Pokemon can just spawn on top of you. So these next, like, 9 minutes are going to be me moving very fast and attempting to dodge everything. Yeah, dash is a double-edged sword in speedruns. You can't live with it, and you can't live without it. Gonna do some backwards jumping to access this area that we normally wouldn't be able to get to. Hop off right on there so that we don't get a hard landing. And now we're schmooping. Also, it is tradition slash warning for me to say that whenever I am doing a very heavy movement section, I tend to not look at chat because, as you will soon see, there are Pokemon that will just spawn literally right on top of me that I have to dodge. So I will catch up with chat when I am done with the movement sections. I'm gonna try and do a landing in the middle of this cliff. Just save some time falling all the way down. Nope. Yeah, backwards jump is still in the game. Okay. Here comes Ratio Rock. Let's hope that nothing spawns and ratios me on top of it. One Axie will go this. We'll go this way. That looked like there's something there. There's a Mudbray there. Cool. Not the best rock, and not the worst ratio rock I've ever had. We call that that particular boulder ratio rock because there's a very high likelihood that just hordes of Pokemon can spawn there and hamper your movements. Also, trying to avoid Pokemon in a snowstorm sucks, because visibility is low. Okay. Vigoroth, don't you dare. I think this is a fine jump. Yep. I try to keep the vibes chill around here. We're just cruising along the speedrun. That was definitely a Pokemon that was peeking out from the wall. I've definitely gone into encounters where the Pokemon is literally just in the wall, and there's like no other explanation for it. You encountered wall. I think I said I was going to dash right this time. Yeah, that works. Perfect. One really important thing is trying to conserve your momentum going forward. So if you can try and make movements where you don't like hard stop anywhere. So like trying to jump onto that slope, trying and getting like a little slope slide animation so you don't get a hard landing animation. Just little small movement things here and there. I love the wall Pokemon. Wall is best Pokemon. Wait, this movement is actually solid. Grab this fly point. Head all the way back over here. Hey, more time save. Alright, if we don't get an encounter on this movement section, we're golden. Yeah. So running all over the place, mostly grabbing things like fly points and also grabbing some experience candies to level up our main. The next up is Orthworm. Yeah, I will get to the rest of the chat eventually. But to elaborate on the momentum thing, basically, if Crydon or Miraidon falls from a certain height, we'll just take this part slow. You'll have what's called a hard landing, where it'll like drop hard to the ground and you won't be able to move for like a second or two. So if we can find ways to avoid that, like landing on a steep enough incline so that you get into a slide animation instead, we will do that in a speedrun. Okay, so there's one more candy I need to grab, and then we'll do a quick menu before fighting Orthworm. Kind of like that slide, except that slide I do not actually want to do. Okay, we need time. Alright, let's see. Dash time, yeah, backwards long jump. And there's an ad. We'll wait until the ad is done. Okay, XP. Oops. Okay. Not the greatest menu, but we'll take it. We'll elaborate more about the run once people are back from the ad break. Orthworm is a very silly worm. Looks like the ad is done. Nice. Yeah, Orthworm is an exceptionally silly worm, and I love its design. It just sees you and goes like, oh, play? And then just like wiggles its little arms. It is a fantastic design for a Pokemon, I love it. It's also why we teach Aura Sphere, because Orthworm having super high defense. Yaskarada is our main for this category. It is really good. It has pretty good attack, and it has pretty good special attack, so you can kind of use it as a mixed attacker. So that's why we taught Aura Sphere to bring down Orthworm. He does do the Pog face, this is true. I guess to explain a little bit about single story categories, while people are here that may not know too much about them. So timing for certain categories of Scarlet and Violet, so things like the single stories, so Arven's path, Nemona's path, Penny's path, for Path of Legends, Victory Road, Starfall Street respectively, and now that the DLC has been released, the Teal Mask. All timings start basically when you gain control of your ride after the whole like school intro, because like the intro is like 50 minutes long, and it's honestly kind of a headache to try and play through 50 minutes of basically what amounts to the same thing over and over again before you end up choosing your single story category. For any percent, you still play through the beginning of the game, but as the community, the Pokemon Switch speedrunning community decided to just start time at school and cut out all of that ridiculously long intro. Yeah, exactly, Juicy Mango. So this category in particular uses Sprigatito as the main. It used to be Flamigo, which is a ridiculously overpowered Flamingo, fighting, flying, everything that you could ever ask for. But it turns out, because single story saves allow you to manip your starter beforehand, you can basically, as long as you don't overwrite your save, you can reuse the same starter over and over again. When do I ping hype runs? No, please do not. You can ping hype runs after I press Flower Trick on Greedence. How about that? Don't actually ping hype runs for this, please. Yeah, for this run in particular, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a whole bunch of, depending on what stats your Sprigatito has to begin with, you have basically a slew of what we call ranges. I have a 15 and 16 shot to Oko Bombardier Phase 2. I have a 13 and 16 shot to Oko Great Tusk Phase 2, things like that. And then at the very end of this category, if you're familiar with Arvin's team, Arvin leads with a Greedence, which has stupidly high attack, and it will always go for Body Slam, and you need to set up 2x attacks, which means that Greedent has 2 chances to either kill you outright or paralyze you, which basically, if you're going for PB attempts, is a run ender. And Body Slam paralyzed chance is 30%, which means that twice to get paralyzed at least once in 2 is, I believe, 51%. So it's basically a coin flip on whether this run lives or dies at the very end. Thankfully, it's a short category, but even still. Flamigo on your full team all the way to the end. Yeah, Flamigo is a good Pokemon. It's what's used in Victory Road and Any Percents and Treasure Hunt, which is like the other, like, it's Diet Any Percent basically. You start at school and then you end after all 3 single stories are finished. Seen way too much Flamigo slander. Listen, there's a small group of people that have been trying to oust Flamigo from the spotlight just because Flamigo is it's like such an old thing now. Metacham is what's new and hip and happening. Oop. I need Smash B there. Jumping out of bounds there because it's faster to void out than it is to walk out the west exit. I feel like my friends Spider and Iron would have things to say about that. But I will check back in with chat in a little bit because this is like one of the last major movement sections of the run. I should have short hopped there. Dang, that's not a... I was hoping to land directly on the slope so that I could avoid the hard landing, but not that time. No adamant with this cat, Spider. It is good enough that I can just run Rash all the way through. Also, there's a static Capsicid there that I almost always forget is there until I run into it. so I save a menu for not having to switch to adamant. Adamant, what have you. I always take a wide route around this corner because I'm scared I'm just gonna run smack into a Pokemon. Long live bird. Yeah, hashtag Flamegon. I would say that if you're interested in like routes with many mains, I would say that Starfall Street is probably the one to look at. I think the top time right now is the water starter, Quaquaval. Spider, who's in chat, did Venomoth of all. I don't know how I didn't get crushed by the Reese's Puffs there. No idea. Yeah, Spider routed Venomoth. Hello, Etiquette. Good luck on your any percent run, by the way. I have it on mute in the background. Spider did Venomoth. I routed Haunchcrow. And then Flamigo is like the worst Starfall Street runner right now. Out of the times that are on the board, anyway. Thank you for the good luck, Etta. Good luck in yours as well. Alright. This phase, Aurasphere is faster than Flower Trick in terms of animation speed. You can't turn animations off in this game. But it's also a 15-16. So I'm effectively trying to save 2 seconds by going for a 93% chance here. And that looks good. Good. There's no way this golds, right? Okay, golded. Let's go. Okay, so I can save time on my PB still because I got a random Mankey encounter trying to head down the cliff. So there is more time to be saved as long as we hit the 13 and 16 on Great Tusk Phase 2. What was I gonna mention? So yeah, so Flamigo's really good in Victory Road, which is the standard 8 gym badges, all that stuff. Elite 4, fight Nemona at the end. Other Pokemon that have been used include Medicham, Baxcalibur, Hawlucha, among a few others, but those are the notable ones. But Flamigo's, like, currently sits at the top of Victory Road in any percent. Teal Mask, which is the DLC. Medicham is pretty solidly, like, the first pick now. A runner by the name of Zypotic just got a 141 with Medicham, and not more than a week ago, the time to beat was 143. So with the new Switch update, we've been driving down times. Yeah, that is insane. I want to see what their run is like. For Medicham, if you're familiar with the moveset, it has 2 moves that have 90% accuracy that you need to use. One is Zen Headbutt. Psychic move has a chance to flinch. The other is High Jump Kick. If you miss a 90% high jump kick, you take half your health and damage. Early in the run, it's probably fine to miss one. Later in the run, not fine to miss one. I've been working on Gallade for Teal Mask, but it is as such low run ability that I'm probably not going to be touching it for a little while. I have other things I want to get done on my speedrunning checklist. The other two Pokemon, Gardevoir and Espathra, all are Psychic types. So if you want to run Teal Mask, pick a Psychic type. Can I interest you in that? I did see that you just posted Get Urshifu notes. Just gonna take the hard landing there. I'm really scared that there was going to be a Mankey there again. Okay, can we make this jump? I don't think so. Nope. Close, but no, that's fine. We'll take that. That was kind of a pseudo hard soft landing. I honestly don't ever remember where Great Tusk is until I see it. Big Dawn fan. Yeah, so I will take a look at your Get Urshifu notes eventually. Alright, this phase of Great Tusk is guaranteed. The next phase is going to be a 13 and 16 for me. It's like 81%. 81.3, I think. Yeah, but assuming I hit it, I should save time because I did get an encounter on PB. Okay, I use the kid over there to determine when I hop off. There we go. You account for every possible scenario. I look forward to taking a look at the flow chart. Alright. Grass Knot, 13 and 16, let's go. I'm not looking. Clean, let's go. Now we get into the scary portions. After more cutscene and exposition, of course. This is world record pace. No, dude! No, 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 Crisis, no! I'm so sorry. Oh, no. That sucks so bad. For those of you who don't know, with the Teal Mask DLC, there was a patch that happened, which decreased the performance of the main game. There's a particular section where after the poison base, you beat the poison base and there's a cutscene. People have experienced the load following that cutscene to take 2.5 minutes, basically. It's usually supposed to take like 10 to 14 seconds, but just randomly, since the patch, roulette into a 2.5-minute cutscene, and it just feels so bad in a run that takes 5 hours plus. Oh no, Crisis. Not like this. It's okay, I will avenge you by taking Path of Legends world record. Crisis is a really good runner. He has lots of first places in a lot of Scarlet Violet categories, including this one. He has not run this since. It was Slash J. It's a joke. Crisis has not run the single story category since the Switch update though, so I expect him to get better times in all of those as well. When he gets around to them. Alright. Okay. One more set of Titans to go. This one is a little bit scary because phase 1 I have arranged and it's 9 and 16, so it's just a little bit of a favorite coin flip. And then Tatsugiri can just absolutely body me, so we'll see how that goes. I'm intentionally not looking directly at the water because water lags the game. I just need to see if I'm gonna land. I'm not gonna make it. I need to remember how to make that flight. But it's faster to just drop in the water if you're not gonna make it because it avoids the slide down animation. Alright, 9 and 16 on Dondozo. That looks promising. Okay, that's really good. Alright, now we need to avoid all the Pokemon in the water. Do not look away from the road while driving, especially in this video game. Also, jumping off Koraidon there, because if you walk into a cutscene trigger while mounted, the game takes like a second to dismount you. So if you're going to be dismounted anyway, you might as well carry your momentum by flying off your mount into the cutscene. Alright, 2 grass knots is guaranteed on Dondozo, and then we will see how Tatsugiri goes. One grass knot. Okay, Aqua Tail's fine. It's better than Water Pulse, which can confuse. Alright, so that is phase 2 down. Alright. Have to set up an X attack here, and then Flower Trick twice. Just please do good things, friends. Do good things for me. That is not good. That is the worst thing that could happen. Oh, all you can do is hope and pray. Okay, Muddy Water is totally fine. Even if I... Oh. Even if I get accuracy dropped, Flower Trick always hits, so that's fine. Please take down. Please take down. What are you doing, Greedent? Okay, just take down. Please press takedown. This is still fine as long as Greedent presses takedown. Thank you. Okay. Arvin literally throwing. Okay, so that unfortunately was an extra turn and Meowscarada going down, but we're still in it. Icy Wind, literally the worst possible thing that you can see there. So, as I mentioned before, I'm using the same start over and over again, so you can see the stats in the lower right-hand corner. Icy Wind hits against special defense, and right now, my current nature is Rash, which means I minus special defense. 2 Icy Winds kill me, basically. And since you don't outspeed Tatsugiri normally after 1 Icy Wind, you just have to hope and pray that you don't die on turn 2. But, assuming everything goes as planned, this is still on world record pace. I am once again asking you to not ping hype runs. Wasn't there like a joke that... Isn't like the whole joke about like hype runs is that hype runs got pinged so many times that people just ignored it? Like, isn't that the whole joke with the Switch speedrunning community? You're gonna send me a video. Okay. Gosh, you know, when is there going to be a Pokemon game where all of the scary fights are within the first, like, 20 minutes? Why do all of the scary fights have to be in the last, like, 10 minutes? Tatsu is such a scary fight, depending on the cat that you have. Arvin is scary because it can either just two-shot you or paralyze you and then it's run over. When you ping... Oh, God. Let's see. Sound on is required. Oh no. This is... Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, I literally have to put this on pause because I need to pay attention to when this cutscene ends. But I get the general gist of things. Alright, got to fly to Pokepath Lighthouse and select the flight point. This is very important. Because both markers are literally on top of each other. Nice. And the thing, like, I almost forgot when I was running this category again is making sure to pick the second option after you talk to Sato or Turo. Because for whatever reason, picking the first option when Arvin asks you if you're going or not causes Arvin to, like, shake his head, which is an extra 2 seconds. I don't remember who figured that out, but it was really funny when we were just like, oh, if you just select the bottom option, you get a free 2 seconds of time save. Might have been Iron. I do remember that he wanted to test out, like, all the dialogue options in Starfall Street to see if any of them were faster or not. That was Garfield? Gotcha. Yeah, so normally if you wanted to get through this category, you would pick up a full restore right after Cloth to deal with paralysis if it happens. And because I'm going for PB, oh, dang it! I literally did the thing that I wasn't supposed to do. Oh well, minus 2 seconds. I was too engrossed in thought. GG. Alright, I should remember that the exit is all the way over here. Not that far. Okay. I need to work on my lab movements. We're gonna go back to the lab. Alright. If I get 2 X attacks off and I'm not dead or paralyzed, we PB. And likely world record. For the time being. It will get immediately taken back. But it'll be good to have a sub 5130. This freaking chipmunk has killed so many Path of Legends runs. One. Two. Flower trick, let's go. I still have to do inputs here. So let's focus on that first. Knock off next. Next up is Leafage, because it is a fast animation. Next up for Garganical is Grass Knot. I can't Leafage this because of my not high enough attack for it. Back to Leafage for Cloister. Nice crit. That's a second of time loss right there. We'll see if this still 51-30s at the end, but Leafage next. And then Flower Trick to end. Intimidate coming. I get really nervous when things like that happen. But I appreciate the want for hype. But now it is GG. You were here. Let's go. Just checking speedrun.com just to make sure. Yeah, this should be 51-30. I had a menu flub during that cutscene, and then I had a bad Tatsu. I was also here for the dethronement. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. I can officially check off having a world record under my belt off my speedrun bucket list. For however short that might be. But it does feel really good. We will take the obligatory screenshot. Immediate rain, I know, right? Alright, let's give that a quick post. World record until Crisis wants it back. Also, Spider wanted to ping hype runs, but I wouldn't let them. Lamau. Good job, Amber. It was all you. You made it happen. Let's go. Oh, hey, Sandy. Welcome back. You did, you predicted it. You got back from your appointment, and there's the world record post. For now, until somebody wants it back. This can definitely, well, movements could definitely be better. I still have no idea how to move from Bombardier to Great Tusk. Dondozu Tatsugiri, Meowscarada died due to IC1 turn 1. Died on turn 3, so that can be a whole turn faster. And then I messed up an input. I should have picked the second option, and I panic picked the first option and lost a couple seconds there. But yeah, let me do the obligatory verification, just so I don't forget, and so that Spider doesn't yell at me later. Rules poll, rename Switch update 17 to Turbo on the leaderboards. I mean, I think I agree with what Edda said yesterday. Like, if an update makes the game faster, like, don't change anything, because people will naturally progress to wanting to get it back. And then if an update makes it slower, like split the leaderboards based off of that. So here's the kitty. Just knows leafage. It's a very bold cat. Oh yeah, that's true. Your menu is like in the first 3 minutes of the game. And I did fix the save file, so there was supposed to be no Lechonk here. There is no Lechonk here whatsoever.